Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and beautiful Gossip Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finn commendations Sheila for attempting to save Steffy. Ivy expresses farewell to Liam. The intense and the delightful uncovers that Sheila Carter chomped on pizza and natural product back at Minister Sharp's place. Despite the fact that John Finnegan needed to take Sheila to the emergency clinic, she demanded recovering from her trial at home, all things being equal. Sheila considered how Minister knew about Sugar, also known as Janet Weber, so Elder made sense of that. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin gave him refreshes on all the Sugar show. After Finn and Minister tenderly asked Sheila to let them know what occurred, she made sense of how Sugar snatched her and tied her up there. Sheila streaked back to Sugar, provoking her about how she planned to get compensation. Sugar's arrangement was to perpetrate violations while acting like Sheila, beginning with Steffy Forrester as her most memorable casualty. The objective was to get Sheila secured forever and ensure Finn never needed to have at least something to do with her. Despite the fact that Sheila asked Sugar not to hurt Steffy or the valuable youngsters she imparted to Finn, Sugar clarified that she was in control now. Sheila attempted to get the high ground, yet she was unable to do a lot in chains and got kicked by Sugar. As Sugar left, Sheila yanked on her limitations and shouted for her not to hurt Steffy. When the flashback finished, Sheila told Finn and Minister that she attempted to prevent Sugar from harming Steffy and the children, however Sugar was a mad woman fixated on seeking retribution. Minister held Sheila near, solace her at a certain point, and Finn wound up embracing Sheila again too. Regardless of all that Sheila had experienced, Finn lauded her since her longing to safeguard Steffy was apparent. Sheila said she'd effectively safeguard Finn, Steffy and the youngsters, so Finn over and over demanded that he trusted her. At Il Giardino on B&B episode, Steffy sat at Liam Spencer and Ivy Forrester's table, where she ribbed Ivy about flying as far as possible from Australia just to establish a kiss on her previous fire. Ivy continued to give Liam praises and pitched their gathering as Steffy feigned exacerbation. After Steffy referenced that Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paras McKinley, needed to see her father, she told Liam they ought to get rolling. Ivy gave Liam one more kiss and an embrace prior to encouraging him to call her. When Ivy said her farewells and left, Steffy called attention to that being inconspicuous most certainly was a weak spot for Ivy. Nonetheless, Steffy let it be known was a weak spot for her either and speculated that was only a Forrester lady thing. When Liam went to the Bluff house with Steffy, they anticipated Kelly's drop-off together. Steffy conceded Finn had been tranquil and that it had given her an odd inclination like it was about Sheila, yet she realized it couldn't be since Sheila was out of their lives until the end of time. The strong and the delightful say Steffy will hear Sheila's endurance story in a little while, so we'll welcome you expectations on what that wild news will mean for her. Sheila reels over incineration stunner Steffy and Liam's family festivity. The intense and the wonderful uncover that Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer will partake in some family holding time with Kelly Spencer. After Liam and Steffy have a good time with Kelly at the Precipice House, they'll pause for a minute to commend the finish of Sheila Carter. Steffy and Liam will feel like they can at last inhale a moan of help now that Sheila is as of now not a danger to the children. Obviously, B&B fans realize Sheila has been protected, so she's been eating, hydrating and assembling her solidarity again at Elder Sharp's place. Sheila just recounted the tale of how Sugar, otherwise known as Janet Weber, kidnapped her, yet presently it's Minister and John Finnegan's chance to recount their very own account. Since Sheila will need to understand what occurred in her non-attendance, she'll hear how Steffy took Sugar out with good reason. Finn and Minister will unavoidably discuss how they held a dedication since they thought Sheila was long gone. Nonetheless, Minister will likewise make sense of the incineration stunner he saw. In spite of the fact that Minister previously implied about Sheila's 9 toes assisting him with finding her, this will be his opportunity to truly make sense of what went down. Sheila might be contacted when she gets refreshes on Finn. Coming to his thought process was his introduction to the World Mother's Remembrance Administration. In any event, when Finn thought Sheila had attempted to hurt Steffy, he actually appeared at grieve. That will most likely mean something to Sheila, who might emphasize that she did all that she could to stop Sugar and safeguard Steffy. Finn comprehends that Sheila became involved with Sugar's vindictive wreck, so he'll offer more consolation. Since Minister accepted Sheila was alive when no other person would, Sheila will voice her appreciation and comfortable dependent upon him once more. Elder and Sheila will appreciate reconnecting, however Sheila may ultimately stress over what comes straight away. Maybe Sheila will ask Finn to clear up everything for Steffy so she doesn't think her mother by marriage is a beast. It's somewhat late for that since Steffy previously had a horrible perspective on Sheila, even before this sugar trade disarray worked out. In any case, Finn will eventually acknowledge he needs to enlighten Steffy the stunning truth concerning Sheila's endurance and the way things were Sugar who really came after her that evening. The striking and the wonderful say Finn will get ready to convey that stunning news, so stay with us for additional expectations on the aftermath. Scott Clifton knows Liam Spencer is a jerk. He's trying to say what we've all been thinking for quite a while now. The strong and the delightful star Scott Clifton realizes that his personality Liam Spencer can be a jerk for an absence of a superior word. On the other hand, this truly shouldn't astound anybody, correct? Continue perusing underneath for all that you want to be aware. The intense and the wonderful spoilers, Scott Clifton knows Liam Spencer is a jerk. In another meeting with Drama Condensation, Scott got serious about his selection in the Extraordinary Lead Entertainer grant during the current year's Daytime Emmys. At the point when asked what reel he submitted for thought, the entertainer said, when Liam goes up against Trust after the two of them return home from Rome. He's kind of playing with her and does this cross-examination thing. He's clearly harmed and irate on the grounds that he saw her kissing Thomas, so he's being this $8 hole. We could never have said it better ourselves. Scott likewise said he was blown away when he originally found out about his designation. He called, I was with my better half at that point and she could hear my side of the call, however when I got off the telephone, she went, did you get selected? And I sort of stayed there looking shocked. In any case, it made me look truly cool before her, so I felt like I got some road cred. From that point forward, all of a sudden, she'll go, you're designated for an Emmy. The strong and the delightful spoilers, what's next for Liam Spencer? Presently, to the extent that what he will wear the day of the function, he's actually got a few choices to consider. Scott said, anything I've at any point worn to the Emmys was something I was scrambling to find. I've worn things that were 2 sizes too huge or excessively little. I don't think I've at any point worn something that quite fit me. So perhaps this year that will be my goal. I'll attempt to wear something that fits as well as in design since I don't have any idea what that resembles. Perhaps I'll request help from our Emmy-selected ensemble planner. It's a given that the strong and the delightful fans will essentially need to figure out what will occur straight away. The striking and the delightful airs workdays on the CBS organization. Really look at your nearby postings for times. Tell us, what is your take on this story? Leave us your contemplations in our remarks area beneath.